Okay, this is the example video for the Study Island topic, Understand Unit Rates. Before we get started, please make sure that you've gone through the lesson. The lesson tab has a lot of good information and example problems for you. Definitely want to read it before you try the problems out, before you try the practice problem or the game mode problems. Read through all these lessons. There are videos here for you that will help you. There's a lot of written examples there on the first page. And then there you go, several pages worth of videos. So have this open in the background so that you can refer to it and make sure that you've read through it carefully before you try the practice problems so that you get a good percentage. Here are some examples. Number one, Ronald is calculating the time required to fill the swimming pool at school. He found that it takes 8 minutes to fill the swimming pool with 72 gallons of water. At what rate does the swimming pool fill in gallons per minute? Now I'm going to highlight that. Gallons per minute. We're talking about unit rate problems. And anytime that you have a unit rate, you have this magic word, per. And that magic word, per, P-E-R, basically means for each or for every. If you're looking for gallons per minute, you're trying to figure out how many gallons for each minute. How many gallons for every minute? For every 1 minute, how many gallons are associated with that 1 minute? If you have the word per, that tells you how to do your math. It's a division problem, and the word per is like your division symbol. What am I talking about? Well, it says gallons per minute. If I want to calculate gallons per minute, I take the number of gallons and divide by the number of minutes. So it already told us we had 72 gallons and 8 minutes. So if I want gallons per minute, I do 72 gallons divided by 8 minutes. Now you can use a calculator when you do these problems, so don't be afraid to open one up and simply just type in what you're looking for. 72 gallons divided by 8 minutes. 72 gallons divided by 8 minutes gets you gallons per minute. It says 9 right there. That's 9 gallons per minute. That's the answer to your problem. So for every one of these, if you want to find a unit rate, look for that word per. That will tell you what number you are dividing by what other number. Every 9 gallons takes 1 minute. It's 9 gallons per minute. Number 2, a store has specials each week. The table shows the specials for this week. Complete the table. All right, so we've got a loaf of bread. The store special is 2, that's loaves of bread, 2 for $4. The cost per unit would be how many dollars per individual loaf of bread. So when it says per unit, that means how much for one of those things. So the first row is per loaf of bread. The next one will be per orange juice. I'm guessing it's like a carton of orange juice. The next one would be per bag of potatoes. And the last one is per box of cereal. So how do we find that? Well, I just told you, if you want cost per unit, you're going to do cost divided by units. What's the cost that we know? $4. For how many units? 2 units. So you do 4 divided by 2. Hopefully you know that 4 divided by 2 is 2, and you get 2. So $2 per unit. That's this one. So again, $4 divided by 2 units, $2 per unit. Dollars per unit, dollars divided by units. All right, now this one we're going backwards. If it's $4 per unit, that means it's $4 for 1 unit. So which ones of these up here, when we divide them, do we get the number 4? Because that's again what we're looking for. When you divide dollars by units, you need to get $4. So is 8 divided by 1? Oh, that's per unit measurement. That's a per unit measurement. That's a per unit measurement. We're not looking for those. We're looking for one of these. A 2 for $4, a 6 for something. That's what we're looking for. All right, so 6 for $24. Does that work? What is $24 divided by 6? Dollars, because 24 is dollars, divided by 6 units equals, and there's the 4 we're looking for. All right, so again, if you're looking for dollars per unit, divide the dollars by the number of things you're getting, and that's when you'll get your dollars per unit, your cost per unit. What about these other ones? What would this have been? $20 for 2 2 for $20. That would be $20 divided by 2. That's $10 per unit. $6 for 6, 6 for $6. That's $6 divided by 6. That's $1 per unit. And hey, that's what we're looking for with the potatoes. So that is what goes right here. $1 per unit, 6 for $6. $6 divided by 6 gets us $1 per unit. And the last one, we've got $9 for 3, and we want cost per unit. So we do cost, that's $9, divided by units, which is 3. 9 divided by 3 is 3, so $3 per unit. Let's keep rolling right along. Number 3, Phil wants to buy more than 2 sandwiches at the city fair. There are 3 sandwich stands, and each one is offering a different deal. Benny's Sandwiches has 4 sandwiches for $2. ABC Sandwiches Incorporated has 4 sandwiches for $3. And the Sandwich Hut says 1 sandwich is $2, but you buy one and you get one free. So which sandwich stand has the best deal for sandwiches? Now, right away, before doing anything, I really hope you can tell what's the better deal between Benny's and ABC Sandwiches. Forget about Sandwich Hut for a second. They both have 4 sandwiches. One's $2 and one's $3. So I really hope that you can see right away that Benny's Sandwiches is better than ABC Sandwiches. So ABC is definitely not going to be the best. We just have to decide if Benny's Sandwiches is better or the Sandwich Hut is better. So here we go. Sandwich Hut. 1 sandwich is $2. Ooh, but if we buy one, we get another one free. So really, this is 2 sandwiches for $2. All right, well, if it's 2 sandwiches for $2, what's better? 2 sandwiches for $2 or 4 sandwiches for $2? Clearly, 4 sandwiches for $2 is better. So Benny's Sandwiches is the best. Benny's Sandwiches is your answer. Now, if we want to know exactly how much this is, dollars per sandwiches, if we did $2 divided by 4 sandwiches, what did we get? 2 divided by 4, that gives us 0.5. That's half a dollar, or 50 cents per sandwich. That's the best deal. Number 4, a car dealership sold 220 cars in. At what rate did the dealership sell cars per month? So again, just like the first problem, it tells us what to do. The problem tells us exactly what to do. It wants cars per month. So we take cars and divide by months. Cars per month, cars divided by months. So here we go. How many cars? 220. How many months? 4. So to get cars per month, we do 220, that's cars, divided by 4 months. And we get our answer, 55. 55 cars per month. It's that easy. We get 55 cars every 1 month. Number 5, Sam is filling up his pool. The water hose filled the 328-gallon pool in 41 minutes. At what rate did the hose fill the pool in gallons per minute? So again, gallons per minute. That's gallons divided by minutes. That word per is basically your divided by sign. If you want gallons per minute, you do gallons divided by minutes. So how many gallons? 328 divided by how many minutes? 41. And we get our answer there, 8. 8 gallons per minute. Number 6, Carmen ran 2 laps around the track in 6 minutes. What are the unit rates in laps per minute and minutes per lap? Now they want 2 different unit rates, but it's okay because they're easy to calculate and they tell us how to calculate them. Laps per minute is laps divided by minute. So let's do this one first. How many laps per minute? Let's do laps divided by minutes. So laps is 2 divided by 6 equals, you get this repeating decimal, and these aren't in decimals, are they? So we might have to write this one down and turn it into a fraction. That's okay. Remember, when you do a fraction, the fraction bar is like your divided by symbol. So if you want to do 2 laps in 6 minutes, 2 laps divided by 6 minutes, this is how you write it. You got 2 divided by 6. The fraction 2/6 represents 2 divided by 6. So you just have to simplify that fraction. Now, What do both of those numbers divide by? 2 and 6. What do they both divide by? Or in other words, what common factors do they have? Well, they both have a common factor of 2. So 2 6 would equal 2 divided by 2, which is 1, over 6 divided by 2, which is 3. So 1/3 is our answer. And again, that was laps per minute because we did 2 laps divided by 6 minutes. So it's 1/3 laps per minute. And 1/3 is equal to 0.3 repeating. So that's something that you should just know. That's a really common decimal fraction conversion that comes up all the time. So if you don't know that 1/3 is equal to 0.3 repeating, that's something that you want to just try and commit to memory. Well, we're not done yet. We have to do minutes per lap. Well, how do we calculate minutes per lap? Easy. It says minutes per lap. So we do minutes divided by laps. So how many minutes? 6 divided by how many laps? 2. 6 divided by 2 equals 3. You could use your calculator if you need to, but I really hope you know that 6 divided by 2 equals 3. So 6 divided by 2 is 3, and that gives us minutes per lap. So we just have to find the answer that says those two numbers, 1/3 laps per minute and 3 minutes per lap. So let's see, A, 1/3 of a lap per minute and 3 minutes per lap. That looks good. 3 laps per minute, 3 minutes per lap. No. 1/3, 1/3. No. This last one, D, is a tricky one. It's the right numbers, but they switch the labels on you. Check it out. 3 laps per minute. No. We came up with 3 minutes per lap. So that's one that was a little tricky. If that one had shown up before A, we might have thought, oh yeah, there's the numbers, and chosen it. And if we had chosen that one, we would have moved too fast and got it wrong. So make sure to read your answers carefully. Number 7, Mrs. Barkley is teaching a class in which the students are decorating gift boxes. She wants the students to decorate gift boxes using a ratio of 4 gems for every 3 ribbon flowers. Hey, remember when I said for every and per basically mean the same thing? So we've got 4 gems for every 3 ribbon flowers. Remember that. So what we're looking for is something where when we divide them, we get something equal to 4 divided by 3. You've been practicing this. You've been practicing fractions. If we have 4 divided by 3, that's just 4/3. So if we want to do this problem, all we have to do is look for some combination that when we simplify it, we get 4/3. Because 4, and again, it says gems, so 4 gems divided by 3 ribbons, and again it said 4 gems for every 3 ribbons, equals 4/3 gems per ribbon. Now that's a little weird because you have a fraction of a gem, 4/3, that's 1 and 1/3 gems, right? But as long as the fraction that we get from our answer simplifies to 4/3, we have the right answer. So which student used the correct ratio? Which one of these students, if we took their particular setup, would it simplify to 4/3? Let's write their 4 fractions down with the gems in the numerator and the ribbons in the denominator. We got Dan. Now Dan was 20 gems over 15 ribbons. Now 20 15ths, what does that simplify by? 20 and 15 both divide by 5. 20 divided by 5 is 4. 15 divided by 5 is 3. And look at that. We got the right answer. Let's look at Mary. Let's see why the other ones are wrong. We got Mary. Mary did 22 gems, and she did 18 ribbons. So if we simplified hers, what do those both divide by? They both divide by 2. That gives 11/9 as the ratio, not what we want. Nancy's was 18 gems and 24 ribbons. What do those both divide by? 6. That's 3/4. So she was backwards. You need more gems than flowers. If this was the other way around, if it was 24 gems and 18 flowers, it would be another good ratio, but it's not because it's backwards. They have fewer gems than ribbons. That's not what we want here. And Jason, what did Jason have? Jason had 26 gems and he had 20 ribbons. And if we simplify those, they both divide by 2. You get 13 over 10. So the only one that had the ratio of 4 to 3, just like the problem Ms. Barkley wanted them to have, Dan is the guy. Okay, number 8. Paula walked on the treadmill for 13 minutes. The machine told her she had a total of 806 strides. What was her rate in strides per minute? By now, this should be a super easy problem for you. Strides per minute is the number of strides divided by the number of minutes. So here we go. Strides, 806, divided by minutes, 13, equals our answer, 62. And there it is, right in B. Number 9, Mr. Sunny's science class is calculating the average number of blinks per minute. Right away, that should jump out at you. Whenever you see that word per, blinks per minute, blinks divided by minutes. Let's do it. Jan blinks 525 times in 5 minutes. What is her blinking rate in blinks per minute? Here we go. Blinks per minute, blinks divided by minutes. 525 divided by 5 gets you your blinks per minute. 105 blinks in every 1 minute. One more. Beth can swim 2 laps in 7 minutes. What is Beth's rate in minutes per lap? Minutes per lap is minutes divided by laps. How many minutes? 7 divided by how many laps? 2. That's 7 divided by 2. So which one of these says 7 over 2 or 7 divided by 2? And the answer is C, and it has minutes per lap, which we want. That's our answer. So again, remember, when you're calculating unit rates, you use that word per. That tells you how to divide. Treat the per like your division sign. Don't forget, you've got these examples in the lesson that you should be looking through and watching the videos associated with this. So work hard and good luck.